students, this is our fifth lecture of this topic, trigonometric functions. In our previous lectures, we have learned the principal solution and general solution of a trigonometric equation and polar and relation between polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates. Now in this lecture, we are going to learn the solution of a triangle. And to solve the solution of triangle, we need an important rule, that is sine rule. Before learning this sine rule, just see what we want to learn in this article, solution of a triangle. We know that for a triangle, if you consider any triangle, this, then for this triangle ABC, conventionally, or the symbols given by Euler, great mathematician Euler, that the length of side opposite to angle A, it is considered as small a. Side opposite to angle B, it is denoted by small letter b, and side opposite to angle C, it is considered as small c. So A is the length of BC, AB will be small c, and the length of AC will be small b. Angles be considered with their names as itself. So this is angle C, this is angle A, and this is angle B. These are our conventions. These conventions are given by Euler. Now, what is meant by the solution of triangle? Solution of triangle means, actually here for this triangle we have three sides and three numbers, or three angles. So we have these 6 elements, three sides A, B, C, and three angles A, B, C, capital A, B, C. So these are the elements of triangle. Now, whenever out of these 6, this total are 6 elements. So out of these 6 elements, if 3 elements are given, which contain at least one side of these three ABC, which contain at least one side, then we can find the remaining 3 elements. If this is given, then we can find remaining elements. This is the way of question here. Or solution of triangle means, if 3 elements are given, then find the remaining 3 elements. In these 3 elements, one element should be a side. That means whenever angle A, angle B, or side C is given, then we can find the remaining. Or if 2 sides are given and one angle is given, then also we can find the remaining elements. Or if sides A, B, C 3 are given, then we can find the remaining 3 angles also. So at least one side should be given. So here one side is given, here 2 sides are given, here 3 sides are given. Then at that time we can find the remaining elements here. Okay. So this is the main our objective, that to find the solution of a triangle. And for this we will use this sine rule. Let us see what is that sine rule. So our today's intention is on sine rule. For any triangle, any triangle ABC, A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sin C, where small ABC are sides of triangle and angles are capital ABC, and it is equal to 2 times the circumradius of the triangle ABC, where this R is nothing but the circumradius. Okay, circumradius means it's the radius of circle of triangle ABC. This is the sine rule. Let us try to prove this sine rule. For this, we need triangle ABC. Let us take triangle ABC. Any triangle ABC. In this triangle ABC, let us take AD, that is perpendicular to this side BC. The measures of angle may be all acute, one right or one obtuse. Here, this small a is nothing but the length of side opposite to angle A. Small b is nothing but the length of side opposite to angle B, and the side opposite to angle C is denoted by small c. Is it okay? Here. Now, in this triangle ABC, so in triangle ABC, can we write AD? AD is equal to, this AD can be written as, or area of triangle ABC. For this is angle C. Then, if you take the sine of angle C, or if you take the sine of angle B, both we can find here. This is angle B. So, sine of angle B is nothing but the opposite side upon hypotenuse. So, in this triangle ABC, I will write first here sine B. Sine B is equal to opposite, that is AD, upon hypotenuse is AB. Therefore, sine B is equal to AD upon AB is nothing but small c. And if we write here sine C, and sine C is equal to opposite is AD upon hypotenuse is AC. So we get this is equal to AD upon AC, that is small b. So we get here these two equations. Suppose from these two equations we can write AD. So AD is equal to C sin B. Here C is small c, its side, or it is equal to B sin C, small b sin C. So this height AD is equal to C sin B or B sin C. We can take any one of them. Let us here write AD is equal to C sin B, or it is B sin C. Whenever you are writing this, these are small letters and these angles are capital. Okay, remember that. Now, therefore, area of triangle ABC is equal to, here area of triangle ABC is 1/2 base into height. It is 1/2 base into height. So it is equal to 1/2. Base is our side BC, that is small a. So it is A. Now we can take height, that is equal to AD. So it is equal to 1/2 A into AD is B sin C. So it is equal to 1/2 AB sin C. Okay, so this is the area of triangle ABC. If we use this C sin B, then we will get it is equal to 1/2 A is already there. We are using C sin B, so we get AC sin B. So this will be another area of triangle ABC. So in this way, if we draw another height, then at that time we get 1/2 BC sin A. Means we have these three different results. This includes angle A. This is sin A, sin B, sin C. So area of triangle in terms of sin A, sin B, sin C, we get these three different results. So let us consider these results as our 1 second, 2 and 3. Or I will take different symbols, Greek letters, first, second and third equation. So if we equate any of these two equations, suppose AB sin C is equal to AC sin B, from these two equations we get, therefore from equation 1 and 2 we get, equate these two because both are areas of triangle ABC. So we get 1/2 AB sin C is equal to 1/2 AC sin B. AC sin B. Here half will cancel. A also will cancel. It means B sin C is equal to C sin B. Therefore, we get B upon this sin B is equal to this C upon this sin C. So this is our fourth equation, suppose. Okay. Similarly, if we equate second and third, then we get equating second and third. We get from second and third we get half AC sin B is equal to half BC sin A. Okay, here once again half get cancelled, then CC get cancelled, remains A sin B equal to B sin A. So we can write here A upon taking this sin A to the left, it becomes denominator, that is equal to this B is at numerator and this sin B after taking to the right becomes denominator, that is B. So this is equation number 5. So here A upon sin A equal to B upon sin B, B upon sin B equal to C upon sin C. So from this equation number 4 and 5 we get our required result, that is A upon sin A equal to B upon sin B equal to C upon sin C. And this is known as the famous sine rule of a triangle or for triangle ABC. Okay, this is very easy to prove this part. Now the second part remain here, that all these ratios are equal to 2 times the radius or circumference of the triangle. Let us see that second part. Okay. There are different methods to prove this sine rule, but we have learned here this one. Now we will see the second part. For that, we will draw the circumcircle of triangle ABC. Let ABC be a triangle like this. This is triangle ABC and this is the circumcircle of this triangle ABC, where here will be the center of that circle. Then what to do now in the second part? In the second part, as this is triangle ABC, so side opposite to angle A is small a, side opposite angle B will be small b, and side opposite angle C will be small c. So these are sides A, B, C. Here we will draw the diameter of this circle passing through point A or vertex A. So suppose this AP is diameter of this circle. Means we are drawing here diameter passing through point A, passing through vertex A. So AP will be diameter of this circle. Join these 2 points P and C. So we get here triangle same. For understanding, I am drawing here 2 lines. Actually AC is single line, but for 2 triangles ABC and APC, I have drawn here 2 different segments. Actually they are the same one. Here now in this figure, if you observe, then angle ABC and angle APC both are inscribed in same arc ABC. These 2 angles are inscribed in same arc. Therefore these 2 angles are congruent. Therefore this angle and this angle, these 2 angles are congruent. So I am writing here. So in the proof part you will write, draw a circumcircle of triangle ABC. Let or draw the circumcircle of triangle ABC. Let AP be its diameter. Therefore AP is equal to obviously twice the circumradius of that circle. So AP is equal to twice r. That is important result. Now angles here, angle ABC and angle APC are inscribed in the same arc ABC. This ABC. So measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle APC. Okay. So these 2 angles are same. Therefore it is equal. But measure of angle APC in this triangle, this is diameter, so therefore this angle is right angle. So angle C is right angle. So in this case this angle P, therefore from this we can write sine of angle B, where B is the vertex B, is equal to sine of angle C, where this C is the vertex of triangle AP, sorry not C, P. Yeah, angle APC is sine P. So please sine P in this triangle, sine P is nothing but the opposite upon hypotenuse. Sine P is nothing but the opposite side upon hypotenuse. So what is that opposite side for angle P in triangle APC, it is nothing but the small b, and hypotenuse is nothing but AP, and AP is equal to twice of R. So here we get sin B is equal to B upon 2R. Therefore, sin B is equal to B upon 2R. Similarly, if you draw a diameter passing through point B, here we have drawn diameter passing through A, and this B is opposite to this angle P in triangle APC. That's why we get here sin B is equal to B upon 2R. If you draw perpendicular or diameter through B, then we get similar result as sin C is equal to C upon 2R, and sin A. These are similar lasers. So this is sin A is equal to A upon 2R. Or from this result also, we get B upon sin B is equal to 2R. We get B upon sin B is equal to 2R, and this B upon sin B is nothing but 2R. This is equal to this also equal to this. So all these are equal ratios. Therefore, from this result only and these our previous results, we can conclude that all these three equal ratios are equal to 12. Or by similar result also we get here C upon sin C is equal to 2R, and A upon sin A is equal to 2R. So we get this as all these ratios are equal to 2R. So this is very simple and very easy to remember. This result can be remembered in this way: A upon sin A is equal to B upon sin B is equal to C upon sin D is equal to B upon 1. This is ABCD, where B is nothing but the diameter, that is equal to twice R. So this 2R is equal to capital D or small d, where D is these ABC are sides of triangle, and this small d is nowhere here in this triangle ABC, so it's a diameter of circle. Okay, so it's very easy to remember. Let us see some notes on this result or sine rule, because we have to use sine rule for solving examples. In that case, we have to use this result in different forms. Let us see once again the different forms of this result as A upon, point to remember, sin A equal to B upon sin B is equal to C upon sin C is equal to twice R or capital D or small d, whatever you can take. Then second one, we can take the reciprocals of this. From these results we can write A is equal to, let us see first that one. So A is equal to this 2R sin A, then B is equal to similar 2R sin B, C is equal to twice R sin C. So these are three different results. These are whenever angles are given, from that angle we can write, and if we know the circumradius of that circle for triangle ABC, then from that we can write the length of side A. For this also you can take different constant. This can be written as A is equal to K sin A, where this K is nothing but the diameter, or you can take the directly small d, B sin A. It is equal to B is equal to B sin B, where B is a constant, and C is equal to B sin C. Okay, let us see third one. If you take the inverse of all these equal ratios, then we get sin A upon A is equal to sin B upon B is equal to sin C upon small c. That is equal to, we can take 1 upon 2R or it is equal to, let us take a constant that is equal to k. It is the reciprocal of diameter. Then from this we get fourth result, that is sin A. We can use this also. Sin A is equal to kk. Sin A is equal to small a into this k, where k is nothing but 1 upon b. Sin B is equal to bk, and sin C is equal to small ck. Let us see the next one. From this result, if you consider only two ratios, these two ratios, then from these two ratios we get a upon sin A is equal to b upon sin B. These two equal ratios implies a sin B is equal to b sin A. So how we can remember? Whenever one side and one angle is given, then we can interchange these two. Hence, this capital B will become here small b, and this small a will become capital A. So we can change A and B. Similarly, if you take B and C, then we get B sin C is equal to C sin B. So this is B sin C. Sorry, B sin B is equal to C sin C. Also you can write this result for A and C, that is A sin A equal to C sin C. Sorry, A sin C, here also B sin C equal to C sin B, and A sin C is equal to C sin A. Okay, this is our fifth result. And last one, if we equate, or if you take use the alternative property here, then we get A upon B is equal to sin A upon sin B. Means if the two angles are given, then from those two angles we can write the ratio of corresponding two sides. Means if angle 30 is given, angle 45 is given, then from that, taking their sine ratios, we can write the ratio of those two sides. Not the exact measures of those two sides, but their ratio we can find here. Similarly, we can write B upon C is equal to sin B upon sin C. Also, if you want the ratio of C and A, then it is equal to sin C upon sin A. Or in reverse way also we can use this. So this, remember these 6, actually the result is only one. This we have written it in different forms because sometimes examples are given in different forms. That's why we need these different results. Okay, let us see some examples based on this sine rule. Example number 1. In triangle ABC, if angle A is equal to suppose 45 degree, angle B is equal to 60 degree, then find the ratios of three sides. Then find the ratios of three sides. Let us see the solution. In this triangle ABC, if two angles are given, we can easily find the remaining third angle. So, if you look this example, then only two elements are given it's look like that only 2 is the elements are given, but actually 3 elements are given because third angle is known here, or we can easily find from these two angles. In triangle ABC, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Therefore 45 degree plus 60 degree plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Therefore from this we can write angle C is equal to 180 minus this 105, so that is equal to 75 degree. So third element is indirectly given in this example. We have found it. Now the task remains to find the ratios of three sets. Obviously small ABC are three sets of triangle, as ABC are three sides of triangle ABC. Therefore by sine rule, A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. Okay, so we get, therefore we get A upon sine A, that is sine 45, is equal to B upon sine 60, because angle B is given 60, and angle C is now 75, so we get C upon sine 75. We know this sine 45, sine 60, but we don't know sine 75. Therefore I will write here once again, this is A upon sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. It is equal to sine 60 is, sorry, B upon sine 60 is root 3 upon 2, and it is equal to C upon this sine C that we don't know. Let us find that. So how to find sine C? As sine 75 is nothing but sine of 45 plus 30 degree. So use formula sine A plus B, that is equal to sine A cos B, here plus is sine, so plus cos 45 into sine 30. Is sine 45, so sine 45 is 1 upon root 2, so sine 75, sine 45 is 1 upon root 2 into cos 30 is root 3 upon 2 plus cos 45 is 1 upon root 2 and sine 30 is half, so it is equal to this root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2, that is the common denominator, same denominator. So we get the value of sine 75 is equal to root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Use this here, so we get, therefore A upon 1 upon root 2 is equal to B upon root 3 upon 2 is equal to C upon root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. So these are the ratios for which gives the relation between ABC, and from these equal ratios we can write the ratio for sides ABC. Therefore the ratio of ABC is 1 upon root 2 is to root 3 upon 2 is to root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. If you observe denominator of each side, then 1 upon root 2, root 3 upon 2 upon. So multiply each by 2 root 2. So we get is equal to 2 root 2 upon root 2 is to 2 root 3 upon 2 is to 2 root 2 into root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root. Okay, multiplying numerator by 2 root 2. Here root 2 will cancel, so remains only 2. Here 2 get cancel, remains root 2 root 3, that is root 6. And here 2 root 2 both will cancel, remains only root 3 plus 1. So that is the answer here, that these three sides are in the ratio 2 is to root 6 is to root 3 plus 1. Okay, let us see example number 2. In triangle ABC, if A equal to 2, B equal to 3, and sin A is equal to 2 by 3, then find angle B. Only A, B is an angle, sin angle A is given, and required is for angle B. Here AB and sin A are given, that's why we will use by sine rule. A upon B is equal to sin A upon sin B, because A, B and sin A is given, so we can use this result to find the angle B. Therefore, A upon B is 2 by 3, it is equal to sin A is given directly 2 by 3 upon sin B. So here this 2 by 3 get cancelled. From this we get 1 equal to 1 upon sin B. Therefore, sin B equal to 1 implies B is equal to 90 degree or pivot. Okay, this one is very simple. Let us see example number 3 to 0. Let us see the solution. If we observe this carefully, then we can write the values of sin B, sin A and sin C, and simplifying we can get answer 0. Sin B we can write it is equal to B is equal to BK. Therefore, by that method 1, by using the values of sin B, sin C. So LHS is as it is. So it is equal. Using that we get A into sin B, that is BK, minus sin C is equal to CK, plus B into sin C is CK, sin A is AK, plus small c into A, sin A is AK, and this is last one is BK. So simplifying this we get ABK minus ACK plus BCK minus BAK plus CAK, and last one is CBK. This ABK and this BAK get cancelled. This minus ACK and this plus ACK, they get cancelled with each other. And this BCK plus this minus CBK. So we get answer equal to 0. So this is one way to prove this. Okay. If you want to use another result in reverse way, we can do this as, instead of this a, we can write k sine a. So we get here this equal to LHS equal to this, and that is equal to, instead of a I will write k sine a. So it is equal to this sine b minus sine c as it is. In previous method we have changed sine b sine c. Now we are changing only that outside a. Change this b by k sine b into sine c minus sine a. Small c will be k sine c in bracket sine a minus sine b. So it is equal. Then again we get k sine a sine b, k sine a sine b minus k sine a sine c plus multiplying this here k sine b sine c minus k sine b sine a plus k sine c sine a minus k sine c sine b. Again, if you observe this k sine a sine b, this is k sine a sine b, so this get cancelled with each other. Here subtraction will be, or addition will be 0. In this k sine a sine c, it is negative. Here k sine c sine a is positive. So these two get cancelled. And this k sine b sine c and this minus k sine b sine c get cancelled. So answer will be once again 0. Okay. This is the second method. Let us see another method. In different way also we can do the same. Just multiply here. We get a sine b minus a sine c, means without subtraction, just we are multiplying it. First b sine c minus b sine a plus c sine a minus c sine b. Okay. Now this is a sine b. Here is minus b sine b. So write these two terms near to each other. Okay. Then here is a sine c minus a sine c. So we have written this and this one. Now a sine c, after that c sine a plus c sine a. That we have written. Now remains these two, that is b sine c minus c sine b. We have proved those results, 6 results. Out of the 6 results, our result number, I think 4. It gives a sine b minus a sine b is equal to b sine a. So these two are equal. So we get from these two results, we get 0. Plus from these two results, they are again same. A sine c is equal to c sine a. So their difference will be again 0. B sine c is equal to c sine b. So their difference is again 0. So answer will be 0. So these are 3 methods to prove this single result. So if you know that sine rule and its different forms, then we can use that rule in different ways and we can give the proof of such results. Okay, I think this much is enough for this sine rule. In our next lecture we will learn cosine rule. Okay, thank you.